Public service workers who do not have Social Security and National Insurance Trust numbers on their pay slips will soon have their salaries withheld. This is the warning issued by the Controller and Accountant General's Department as part of measures to tackle government's payroll of ghost names. With effect from April 2015, valid SNIT numbers will be mandatory for workers on their mechanized payroll to access their salaries. Head of Payroll George Kofi Ba informs Joy News a series of interventions are being rolled out by the Controller and Accountant General's Department. One of the interventions, he said, is to use the Social Security numbers as one of the mandatory checks in the payroll system. Workers would have up to March this year to update their records with the department, after which all those without assigned SNIT numbers will have their salaries withheld. Government has been battling a ballooning wage bill over the past years. Turn attention to something else now. The Ghanaian lady at the center of the UK cocaine bust, Nayeli Cleopatra Metepe, was expected back in court on Monday, 5th January 2015, but that has been shifted to Tuesday, January 6, 2015. At her first hearing in November, she pleaded guilty before the Isleworth Crown Court in the UK. We can now speak to our correspondent over the telephone. Well, Sifa Chum is our correspondent over the telephone. We can now get update on this. Sifa, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Sifa, we understand that the court date has been shifted from today to Tuesday, the 6th of January 2015. What do you know about that?
Yeah, that is true. I spoke with the court clerks and they confirmed that the case has been moved from today to tomorrow. At the instance of the solicitors of Metepe, they couldn't give any further information because, according to them, it's normal for solicitors to come and plead for the movement of cases to later dates. This can depend upon the health of the accused, among other factors. So they were not sure why the solicitors came to move the case from today to tomorrow. Anyway, there were some surprises among the Ghanaian populace here in the UK who were trying to troop to the court today to hear the case. Most journalists and friends that I spoke to today and yesterday said they were surprised because there were no listing. You know, the court has a listing of cases that are to be heard each day. But Metepe's case was not found on the listing for Friday against today. But I'm believing and hoping that it will be on the listing today against tomorrow.
Well, right.
But when I spoke also with the solicitors, Deputy and Henry solicitors in Middlesex, the clerk I spoke to said the client has not given them the permission to talk to any media personnel or any journalist, and therefore they cannot reveal the reason why they have asked or requested for movement of the day from today to tomorrow.
What we hear also is that she intends to change her plea from guilty to not guilty. What do you know about that?
I try finding out. I asked this question, and an expert in law told me that might be too late for now, but anything can happen in London law, and they can expect or it can come on. But for the expert who I spoke to said that was too late for now.
Whereas if I will leave it here for now and join you again for some more. Meanwhile, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration has advised Ghanaians to disregard allegations being circulated on social media by some faceless persons purporting to be army officials regarding the Nayeli cocaine saga. In a post on her Facebook page on Sunday, Hannah Tete said some nameless and faceless persons within military writing under pseudonyms on social media platforms are claiming they have evidence to prove some government officials indeed assisted Naila Metafer to transport the said substance to the United Kingdom. Well, we can look at something else now. Motorists who ply the main road linking Kaswa to Obom and neighboring communities say that deplorable roads make it difficult for them to convey residents to the central business district of Accra for business. Residents, apart from wasting productive time struggling to reach their destination, also have to contend with the excessive dust that poses or that they say poses very grievous danger to them.
This is how bad the major road linking the Kaswa Road to communities including Old Fadama, Adamnana, Domiabra, Denchira and Obom is. The stretch is untarred and dotted with potholes, while constant erosion from each downpour leaves the road with huge trenches. The difficulty motorists face in plying this route is glaring. Commercial driver John Crab was spotted busily attending to his taxi, which had developed a fault owing to the bad nature of the road. He had to give off his passengers and eventually lose the fare charged. For John Crab, such an incident is a daily ritual plying the stretch. He has been doing this for 7 years.
Maybe to qua 4 baby. Tia Kwan Papa de Ababoy can't acquire 40 be and bound. Oh, my worker, because 2 engines in foot training no mantinama engine Ukraine bear 3 months in so say, and Sisabum, as Kwan Papa and Cadibiano.
Other motorists are equally frustrated.
Makana mokwa and me ko send I can make a shop. See me move right here pass boom sa say fere say yan free ni adwan sueta na san ba man say we yan fere anti obedwuri a sa na tie koro no say they afere en sheda anya papa ma unse manim say en futuru enya agoro.
Residents complain the state of the road is worsened when it rains, while during the Harmattan season the dust is just unbearable. They contend many commercial drivers are discouraged using the route and passengers are left stranded without vehicles.
6 years and 8 years near Kwana Saint Soto, then sooner Kwana say Council to me Kwana Bisuba. I thought that's we have a caucaswana far from because Kwana Yanti Council to me call about. I bet now almost 8 years ni a Kwana de Atianity. They be an omode and le Ochna. Afiwe ombabeye afiwe ombabeye yedina sisi akrama shebo say ombabeye but ye hu san bia nti ama drivers ni be de krampo sisi emfa so omunya adwuma because of Kwana say nti ye bere wa say e benya wo ma be sra ye free crew.
For now, residents here can only bear the brunt of this awful road as they wait for authorities to come to their aid sooner than later and connect them to the central capital. Abigail Atomakunchi for Joy News.
I think we should talk about our roads a bit longer, this time in Omanjo, in the central district of the Greater Accra region. The roads there, they say, are in a sorry state. Some drivers have refused to ply the roads in the area due to their poor state. The overall impact of these deplorable roads is taking a toll as it is affecting business and human activities in the area.
This road is a main junction from Sotum to Omanjo. It is not only dusty but in a deplorable state. The absence of gutters on the shoulders of the road causes massive erosion anytime it rains. This road has remained in this condition for years, though motorists and residents have complained about the situation. Many drivers refuse to ply this route because of the poor state of the roads. Others charge exorbitant fares before plying the routes. A trader, Nancy, who has lived here for almost a decade, could not hold back her frustration.
No two factors, no about 3 cities scored there. It is 100,000. As every man beyond new majo, nipa bresa. Who called Odu fan called there over your assembly. Odu weni amomoria, Mahama, me pacho, Miss Row. Fa weni ka ana moto every Sunday no be hu aga no be kasa waga ni pacho mi da say.
Residents claim countless promises from successive governments to fix the road is yet to be fulfilled.
Our road is very bad. More than 10 years, the road is still the same. They only grade and they don't tar it. They don't do anything about it. The dust affects us. Sometimes sometimes when you bought a taxi and you are coming, instead of taking 3 cities, they take more than 3 cities due to the road.
Children are also affected by the terrible nature of the roads.
The road is not good because when you are passing, the dust, the car passes, the dust goes into then we get cold, catarrh. So even if you are going, like if you are going to school, then rainfall, you see, when we are going to school, you see that the car will pass in the mud. Yeah. I want the president to come and change our road for us so that when we are going to school, we won't be suffering from the dust and the mud.
For now, residents in this community can only hope and wait for as long as it takes for government to turn its attention to the area to develop their roads for them.
Well, residents in Abokobi in the East Municipality of the Greater Accra region may not have to contend with bad roads, but would have to contend with land guards who persistently attack residents of this area, causing fear and panic. It is believed that these land guards have been brought into the area by one of the factions in a land dispute in Abokobi.
Residents of Adanse, Kente and Zion City, all within Abokobi, are currently living in fear due to persistent attacks on them by land guards. Many people have left the communities due to the situation. According to the residents, the land guards invade their homes unannounced at any time, vandalizing properties and pulling down structures. A 500-acre land is the bone of contention between the Aduchu and Odatisro families in the area. The matter is currently before court, but residents on a daily basis since December 2014 have continued to face a series of attacks by some unknown land guards. The latest attack was launched on residents on Saturday, January 3. Some residents shared their stories, though afraid they may be victimized. They pleaded for anonymity.
I'm a resident here of Adansi, Abokobi.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell us, what is the situation here?
It's like yesterday, it was terrible. Very, very terrible. They have this truck over there.
Who are they?
And they said they are the Aducho family.
And who are they and what do they want?
And what they want is that they are claiming lands that belongs to Aducho family, but we don't know the lands that belongs to them.
How the situation?
Yes, yesterday, for instance, as a woman at my shop selling, they came harassing me, breaking my walls. So quickly, I have to go to the nearest police station and take an extract from there. But unfortunately for me, the police headquarters, the CID headquarters were not working. I think the Aducho family, I don't know whether they went and hired some group of people to come and protect the land for them. Because they don't come alone. Yes, let me call them like that. Because they don't come alone. They come in their numbers. 8, 10, 20. Young boys with this macho type of guys with unregistered motor. And everybody looks fearful. All men are like women. There's panic in the community. You don't know what will happen next. We are only in the hands of God.
Within this area, right now, they have asked us not to develop anything. If you are building with a permit, with every document, we have been asked to stop any further development. And some of them who have tried to go beyond it has been warned. Even yesterday, there's a friend here who has been warned not to continue, otherwise, first of all, they will bring some land guards just to harass you. And they brought land guards here yesterday to harass somebody who's just opposite.
How is the situation like? How are you residents?
We are all living in fear. And just 3 days ago, there was a robbery here too. So we don't know which is which, whether the same people are just bringing some robbers to harass us or what, we don't know.
And just yesterday, they destroyed the fence wall, everything, and even they issued warning that he should vacate from that place. And they went inside there to demolish some other people's, fence wall and all this. It's not nice in the community. We are just hoping that things will be better, so that if it's good, we can sit them down. We can sit them down and talk with them, so that we can negotiate and see how best. Since you see this paper with me. Yeah, this is motion of notice on notice for stay of execution pending appeal. This one was written by the lawyer of Ni Odatis from family, that they want to stay on the land as they continue with the proceedings in the court. And now they have filed the case to the Supreme Court, in which on the 13th they will meet. So we will all be there so that we will hear what will happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
The residents are appealing to security agencies for protection. Matilda Pomaga for Joy News, Abokobi.
Away from the capital city, the Super Municipal Coordinator for the National Service Scheme is allegedly committed suicide outside of his home in Sumanya. Lambert Ankasa is alleged to be one of the 23 district directors of the National Service Scheme under investigation for the disappearance of 7.9 million cedis from the scheme. Akuse District Police Commander Assistant Superintendent Francis Aka confirmed that Akansa's body was found hanging on a mango tree near his house on Monday. According to ASP Aka, it is not immediately clear what may have prompted the man to hang himself. He revealed that the police are awaiting results from a post-mortem, which is to be carried out on Monday, 5th January 2015, before conclusions are drawn. Away from that, the new Patriotic Party's 2016 vice presidential candidate, Dr Mohammad Baffour I, said government's unsustainable debt management accounts for its inability to fulfill statutory payments to key sectors of the economy for the development of the country. He said Ghana is on a slippery slope to the shackles of debt unsustainability, warning if that is not checked, the country may be headed for HIPIC.
The former Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana was addressing the National Conference of Bimoba Students' Union in Najong No. 2 in the Bunkurugu-Yonyo district of the Northern Region. He spoke on the topic, improving the standards of education in a conflict-free and healthy environment in the Bimoba area. According to Dr. Baffour I, the spiraling debt and the high interest payment on the debt has left the country with limited resources for development.
The interest payment in 2014 alone on this debt is 4 times Ghana's oil revenue in 2014. 4 times. In 2015, interest payments alone will amount to 9.5 billion Ghana cedis. And this compares to a total debt stock of 9.5 billion in 2008. The increase in interest payments has left the government with very little money to spend on other critical areas.
Meanwhile, Deputy Northern Regional Minister and Acting District Chief Executive for Bunkurugu-Yonyo District, Alhaji ABA Fuseni, was unhappy the Bimoba Student Union will allow a very important exercise to discuss the future of education in the district turn into a political ground for Dr. Mohammad Baffour I to spew out what he described as misrepresentation of the true state of the economy.
When the introduction was done, Honorable Solomon Boer was introduced as the life patron of the association. I feel very sad that the life patron of an organization that must unite the people here, that must unite everybody, so that collectively all of us as one people will put our shoulders to the wheel and tackle the myriad of problems ranging from education, water, electricity, schools, hospitals, clinics, roads. These are common problems that has afflicted us, so that we jointly put our shoulders to the wheel. It is sad they have subjected this to partisan politics and even have decided to leave before the guests of honor speech, conscious as the life patron that His Excellency the President, to whom he had invited here, he has sought to embarrass the President himself. And so, the governments have a saying that if you don't look after your father for his teeth to remove in his old age, you will not get anybody to look after you for your teeth to grow in your infancy.
Member of Parliament for Nankpanduri constituency and life patron of the Bimoba Students Union, Solomon Baffour, awarded students who excelled in both the BECE and WASI in the district with certificates and a cash amount of 350 Ghana cedis each. The Student Award scheme, known as the Baffour Awards, was instituted by the MP to encourage and motivate students in the district.
Today, the best person whom emerged at the senior high school is in the person of Atia Moses. Atia Moses made aggregate 16. Yanilar Jennifer, who made aggregate 19 from Nankpanduri Senior High School.
That'll be all for now. Thank you very much for your company. Stay on for the rest of the program. Have a good one. My name is Kemini Nyomani Amano. See you soon.